A lot of people don't understand, man. A lot of people don't understand, man. They don't understand how you're not meant to fit in. But why do we still try? Why do we feel as if we have to? Here's the thing. When you feel as if you're not meant to fit in a box, well, particularly most people will call the 3D box. I know, very outdated word. I didn't want to use the matrix because, that's still an outdated word too. But by 3D box, meaning that you only had a limited perspective to see yourself and how you see the world, and you have perceived yourself in that manner to the point you feel like you're suffocating, to the point that you feel like things are harder on you than they are on people that are fucking asleep. Well, boo boo, I'm going to share with you today the reason why you're not meant to fit in, and understanding why your path, you may think that it's a little harder, but it's really not harder. If anything, it is more blessed. But how is that true? Well, stay tuned to the very end, because I guarantee you will finally fucking understand why you exist and the power that you fucking have. What is good, you beautiful beings? Why is life so hard on me? Back, Awaken Ones, on another episode on Embracing Essential Series with your homegirl, Brittany Fontanez. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I am an intuitive channeler and I am an energetic activator. On this channel, I speak about spiritual development, emotional awareness, and I do guided readings for your zodiac sign. And she's yelling at bypassers to protect me. So understandable, you just gotta understand that. Excuse me, sweetheart. Don't worry, I'm safe. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You gotta appreciate these damn animals. But other than that, you guys, on this channel, I do guided readings for your zodiac sign, and I talk about things I feel to be talked about because our divine right to know more than what we've been told. Other than that, beautiful beings, have y'all ever felt as if people would consider you the rebellious one out of your family, or out of your peers, or out of your clique in school, whatever it is? You ever felt like you have been the outcast, the black sheep, or there's something about you people can't pinpoint, but they think that you're the rebel, the rebellious one? Here's the thing, there's a difference between a rebel and rebellious. A rebel is people considering you someone who's a delinquent and who doesn't know better. But the thing is, majority of people I'm talking to right now, you're not a rebel, you're rebellious, meaning that you choose to make decisions based off of what feels right to you, not what feels right to your pockets or feel right to everyone else, or just try to fit in. And because of this, you don't fit into the status quo. You don't fit into what we call this 3D matrix of society with a white picket fence, a family, going to college, going to do all these things. What I'm saying is, we have been indoctrinated to believe this is the way life has to be. And because of there's people like me and like you who believe that there's more to life than a mundane way of thinking and being, we are considered the outcast because we don't want to think like everyone else. It's because in our hearts we know we are not like anyone else. And that is a beautiful thing. But I'm here to share with you today, why is it you need to stop trying to fit the fuck in? Because you're not meant to. You're not meant to fit in. If you try and you feel like you have to try, or you recognize that you don't, that is a fucking gift. And I'm going to share with you today how to stop looking at it as a curse, and really it's a blessing. If you don't know what a 3D matrix is, I know the word is so fucking overused, I can't stand it. But it's the best way to describe how we mentally live on this physical plane we call Earth. The way that we have been indoctrinated to believe is that there's only a limited amount that we can use for our thinking, which they say we only can access 10% of our brain. It's bullshit. We can't. There's more that we can fucking access. Let's just be real. But Or we have believed in fear so much. We believe in giving our authority away to people that we believe are supposed to rule this country. I'm here to share one thing with you. One person can't rule over fucking millions. Let's just be fucking real. Let's just be real. Let's just be real. We're getting real today. Hold on, let me close the damn door, because bitch can't be talking while there's noise in the background. Anyway. When I get into this shit. So, because the 3D matrix is all about limitations, is all about keeping us in the confinements of our own fears. This is why there's a lot of movies. This is why there's a lot of programs. This is why there's a lot of songs that always are resonating with the part of ourselves that feel low vibration, that feel depressed, that feel angry, that feels left out, that feels worthless. Is because the more we feed into that energy, the more we are feeding the matrix. And the matrix is not a physical society, you guys. It's an energetic society, meaning that we have to tap into this low vibration of fear in order to feed what we call life today. But there's people like me, there's people like you who don't want to feed into that paradigm, who don't want to believe that fear doesn't exist, who does not believe the way that the world is not really the way that the world is. Well, I'm here to share something with you. The reason why you think that way is because you're supposed to. You're supposed to. Why would you want to fit into something that is only confined? Think about it this way. 3D matrix, 3D box. They literally put us into a box in order for us to look on the inside and the outside. That right there is duality. We're only seeing through the essence of black and white. We're not seeing through the variety, through the expansion, through the, would you like to really put it into context, the coloring of life. There's so much to us, so much to this world. Us trying to be like one another is literally driving the point out the fucking window why the universe is the way that it is and why we are as intelligent as we are. And I share this with you because I want you to recognize there's a power inside of you that makes you you. You know, for a very long time, I've always felt as if having a job was something I was supposed to have because, you know, that appealed to my father, the only parent that I do have in my life. But then I started to recognize I was going against my own soul because I was draining my life force and doing something I didn't want to do. And it really made me recognize the belief system that I was holding that I needed to have a job. I needed to fit in. I needed to be liked. I needed to be validated. I needed to look this way, act this way, seem this way, fake it till I make it. I hated this shit. I was someone I wasn't. And here's the thing. A lot of us act like people we aren't. We act too fucking nice when there's a difference between nice and kindness. What's the difference? Kindness, you choose to give respect. Nice is your abandoning self to receive that respect. That's some bullshit. That's not how this works here. When you know your worth, you know your power, you don't need to diminish your light in order to be seen or to be heard. You are meant to be here. You're meant to exist. This is why you do exist. But how do you take up space? How do you stop criticizing yourself? How do you stop judging who you are in order to believe that you need to fit in? For me, it took a long time to get away from the paradigm of needing a job, getting away from the paradigm of needing validation from friends and family, getting away from the fear of my own self, getting my own fucking way, and realizing this helped me recognize that, you know, we are not of this world. We're just in it. And we have to understand, we think different, we act different, we see different. This is why I want to share something with you. Let's do a little exercise. Anytime you go out in public, do you feel like people are looking at you or watching you? You know why? It's because you hold a light a lot of people don't recognize within themselves. Because you hold this particular kind of light, you hold a very unique energy to you that's very exuberant and authentic because you've been willing to tap into yourself that most people don't do because they're following the herd. And here's another thing I want to share with you guys. People like me and you Our paths are so different, and it may seem very difficult because it seems like people who are asleep have it easier than people who are awake. Awake to this bullshit of the world. Awake to the bullshit that we have to be like each other. Awake to the own bullshit, the limitation that we have built around the confinements of our true self. The reason why you think this way, the reason why you feel this way is because I understand you have a powerful mission here. You have a sovereignty a lot of people don't have. You have started to honor the sacred uniqueness that makes you you. But I want to share something with you, that you need to stop comparing yourself to other people. Because here is the thing. When you compare yourself to other people because you want what they have, think about this. Subconsciously, if you want what they have, you got to deal with their fucking problems too. Do you really want to deal with that person's problems? I know I fucking don't. I'd rather deal with my own problems. Because that's the power I have. That is the only power that I have of control. Now, I share this with you is because when you learn how to stop comparing yourself, things get a little easier. I know a lot of people right now are going through so many trials and tribulations, so many divine interventions that life is really hard right now. It's getting really, really, really difficult right now, you guys, because for people like me, for people like you, is because the reason why things seem harder to get or receive, our paths are meant to be transmuting the darkness, transmuting the old, transmuting how people currently think into the example of what this world needs to start thinking in. And the reason why things pummel in your life quicker than most people, why is it that you always give and don't get what you deserve, is because, like I said, you're supposed to transmute the darkness into light. But here's the beautiful thing. When things pummel harder for one person, what happens when things go so low? They have to go so high. We cannot be of service. We cannot be of abundance. We cannot be of love until we recognize the opposite of that. And the reason why it seems such a harsh high, such a harsh low, emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually, is because we have the power to handle that. We have the power to transmute that. We have the power to create from that. And people who are asleep can't do that. This is why they stay in the mundane. But this is why, when you go through your trials and tribulations and your challenges and your hardships and your heart breaks, what happens when you come out of that? Nothing controls you anymore. And the way the people used to perceive of you and the way you used to perceive of yourself doesn't have control over you. The whole point of why things seem as if it's harder for you to fit in or get what you receive is because the more you become detached and the more you recognize the worth within yourself. What I mean by detached, when you stop trying to be of this world and start being of what serves you inside. What's beautiful is that things are going to pummel from your physical reality so you can learn detachment, so you can create space for the bigger and for the more that you're meant to have. A lot of people don't understand the reason why our paths are more difficult than most people. Meaning that people who, when I say choose your spiritual journey, what I mean by that is that you choose to follow your heart. You choose to follow your integrity. That's what I mean by, choosing your path and choosing your truth. I know a lot of people get very confused when I say that. And I say it is because it's not about, a spiritual journey, meaning you got to do rituals, you got to do meditations. No, what I mean is that you're choosing your heart. You're choosing what is authentically feels right for you. That is what I mean following your spiritual path, your integrity. When you start to follow your spiritual truth, you guys, you start to make a world within this world. And that is the whole fucking point of your existence. You are meant to stand out, not fit in. Because you're meant to create a new world within this world that's already fucking broken. And when you recognize how to break the paradigms of your own identity that keeps you in this confinement of this limitation of the 3D matrix, then what you're allowing yourself to do is to wake up to the bullshit of what you've been living in and recognizing what you really can create for yourself. And the thing is, the more things pummel within your physical reality, the more you create space for what a lot of people are not ready to handle. And that is true abundance. That is true sovereignty. That is the true ability of giving yourself permission of existing and realizing that you're worthy of everything that you want. And that is the whole point. You're meant to be an example of light and love and someone who has no shame in your existence as who you are. That's why you're not meant to fit in. So I'm here to share with you today, stop trying to be like this world. Stop trying to be of this world and just be in it. Stop having shame and guilt for who you are or even where your life is at. If you're homeless right now, if you feel as money's not going your way, you feel as if the more you give, it's like those people you're giving to are getting more than what you feel you deserve to receive. I'm here to share with you that the whole point of why you're existing is because you're not meant to be better than anyone else. You're meant to recognize how you're here to be a bigger version, a better example of what this world already is. And this is why you're not meant to fit in. You're meant to stand out. Whatever that means. Your spiritual path is about you following your heart. That could be through music. That could be through sports. That could be through building. That could be through whatever you feel called to do. That you feel called to let go of and go towards. I share all this with you is because you're not meant to fit in. And I want you to stop trying to. It's going to be scary letting go of this ego attachment to this society. Because the society is only meant to feed your ego. Because what happens when you feed the ego? The ego is only of the mind and the mind is only of fear. What happens the more we feed that, the more the ego craves more. The more we crave more, the more we're unsatisfied. The more you recognize the game that the ego is playing, the more you want to play the game of the heart. And why is that? The heart is not even a fucking game. It is the landscape of your truth, if I'm going to put it that way. What I mean by this is the more you follow your heart, allow it to guide you away from the herd, away from the ego demands and the ego's instant gratifications, away from all of that. You'll recognize you're your own person. And it's going to be scary to let go of that attachment. But the more you let go of that attachment, the more you recognize what is good for you. And it's going to feel weird because you're going to come back into your body. You're going to come back into your mind. You're going to come back into your soul. And it's going to feel so uneasy because you've been so detached from yourself. But the closer you get to yourself, the less power this world has over you. And there's a fucking saying I want to share with you guys before I end this video. Oh my god, let me get it. I have to share this. I'm so glad I fucking remember this. I was going to do this video earlier, but I was so tired and I hate like forcing myself to do things. But I took a nap and I watched this video before I took a nap, and I'm so glad I took a picture of this, and I want to share with you guys this fucking saying. Screenshots. Let me see. Before I let you guys go. So this was in the Bible. Click, bitch. Alright. And I want to share this with you guys. And that is, do not be conformed by the patterns of the world. Be renewed by the transforming of your mind. I'm going to say this again. Do not be conformed by the patterns of the world. Be renewed by the transforming of your mind. And this is the whole point of why I'm doing this video. You have so much power to create a world within this world. You have so much power to believe in what you want to believe in and be able to be an example and a guide towards people thinking the same way. Use that power with wisdom and humility. Just remember that. Do not use it to manipulate. You don't want that karma on you. But that's how powerful you are. That you could see the world so differently. That you could live in a different world while being in this world. Because you are a whole different fucking universe. And you got to find a way to honor that. But you find a way to honor that by honoring the sacredness of your existence. Rather than honoring your phone. Rather than honoring the news. Rather than honoring celebrities. Why the fuck honor you? Why the fuck not? Everything society was made for was for you to neglect yourself and to become codependent on things outside of you to deem you're worthy and happy. Boo-boo, I'm here to share with you. You are worthy. You're already whole and complete. The only way to tap into your happiness is to recognize that you already have it now. You have the right to have it now. And everything that could give you that within and without, you have it right now. And you have the right to have that. But it all starts with not conforming to the outside world. but transforming the inner world to make up a new world. I'm gonna leave it at that, boo-boo. And now, you beautiful beings, I really hope this brought some sense of an activation within you to start feeling triggered. And what I mean by triggered in a good way, start to feel triggered about the outer world so you can recognize what is no longer fucking serving you and start to replace those things with what is going to fulfill you. And that is how you gain your power back. And that is how you start creating a world for you rather than being of this world. I'm telling you, when you start to see the power that your heart holds, because the heart is more powerful than the mind, then you'll recognize that there is nothing you want to fucking follow but yourself. Other than that, beautiful beings, I love you guys so much. I really hope this brought some form of activations. And if it did, please hit that like button and please hit that subscribe button. The only reason why I ask is because it really helps this video be able to circle out into the YouTube algorithm and get out to every other light being, healer, any person who needs to hear this message. And if you want me to continue with these videos, you know, what I hope if you subscribe and hit that like button. You know, I'm just saying, especially if you like my energy, you know, boo boo. But now, you guys, I love you so much. Please have a blissful day, and I don't know the fuck of yourself.